Alright, here we are with the 1v1. Coming in immediately following that past series. RNG up against EHOME now. And we'll be taking a look, seeing who will win the 1v1 to have pick priority.
Burns, doesn't it?
It'll be Faith Beyond up against Setsu. Setsu, a natural mid laner. We'll see who can take this. The last one only lasted like 3 minutes, so we'll see. Maybe Setsu can take this one quickly, or maybe Faith Beyond can take this one quickly. But 1v1, the rules are simple. First to 2 kills or a GG call. If the 2 kills are not hit or the tower is not taken, it is net worth, then last hits, then denies. If all of those things somehow end up even, it is a standard coin toss.
The battle begins.
So here we go. Blocks from Faith Beyond, as well as Setsu. Certainly feels like Faith Beyond's working harder for this one. Range creep gets ahead for a moment, and ooh. Doesn't make it by just yet. There we go. So here we are. First wave. We'll see how this goes down. Right clicks from Faith Beyond are coming through on Setsu, who's looking for those early raises. Goes into the long as well as the medium. Has 2 mangoes set up. Salves, mangoes, 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 salve, mango, mango, salve, mango. For his buy. So, for Faith Beyond, it's salve, mango, null, mango, salve, or mango, tango, stick. Okay. But usually these matchups are more about the regen in terms of items. I think only like a handful of times we've seen someone go into a couple of nil talismans or a couple of bracers. I think that was on the Earth Spirit matchup. It was multiple bracers for Weishi. So 6-2 so far here for Faith Beyond over Setsu. 5-1, now 6-1 for the Shadow Fiend. Pops the mango. Definitely looked like he wanted a raise there. Trying to grab these denies, but unable to do so. And the Dragon Slave is thrown forward from Faith Beyond to secure the last hits. Things looking good for the Lina so far. 2 into the Dragon Slave, 1 into the Fiery Soul. Shadow Fiend going 2 into the raises, 1 into the Necromastery. So, we'll see. Ooh, take this. 2.5 minutes in. I mean, so far it's looking good here for Faith Beyond. Who hits level 4 before Setsu. Lands the stun, which he just picked up. He also has level 2 in the Dragon Slave. And we'll sit here a couple of creeps ahead of this Shadow Fiend. There's another deny out for Setsu. Setsu sitting at 9 souls only so far. But let's take a look at the net worth, because I know that does mean something in these 1v1s. 2 null talismans out for Faith Beyond. Setsu with just 2 ironwood branches, a stick, and a mango. Like I said, he's going heavy into the consumables. Still mango salve, mango salve, mango wand recipe. And with Faith Beyond having those 2-0 talismans, we'll see if he can shut down Setsu, who's getting close to that level 5, but still like a creep off of where Faith Beyond is. So he hits level 6. He's got level 3 now onto the Dragon Slave. That brings it up to 235 damage every 8 seconds. And what he's really looking for is to keep the aggression on. And if Setsu gets caught out this low, especially when Faith Beyond hits level 6, they'll just throw the Laguna in. Does he have a salve shipping out? Yes, he does. Ooh. Just needed an LSA to get the kill there. Dragon Slave doing a lot of damage now. The raise hits onto Faith Beyond. He's got a slave available, but he doesn't have mana for both. And the raise comes in from Setsu and gets the kill on a Faith Beyond. I don't know if he was expecting that kind of damage. He had stick charges. This might be one of the only matchups that doesn't get a GG call after the first death. Raise, 2 raises. LSA hits, Setsu taking some damage, but Faith Beyond needs to be careful allowing himself to get hit by multiple raises like that. Dragon Slave comes in again, and he's got that extra mango. Again, potentially to throw out that Laguna Blade, which he's only a couple of creeps off of, but a good deny there from Setsu will hold him back and allow him to get the south. And that would have been the level 6. So Faith Beyond does hit that level 6, now has that Laguna Blade. LSA does not land. Laguna Blade to level 1, 450 damage. That with a level 3 Dragon Slave. I mean, both magical, so ends up being 685. Magic resistance of 27%. So still hits for about 500 on the combo. Raze comes in, Setsu hit with the Laguna Blade, but doesn't get the kill, and now that Laguna on cooldown for 70 seconds. It was certainly close, still doable. Stun hits, and Setsu, oh, even at 1. Dead for 22 seconds. So that'll allow time for Lina to get a little bit of that cooldown off on this Laguna Blade. It'll be down to 24 seconds or so. 26 seconds. And Faith Beyond not sitting here with a lot of mana, but does have a courier coming his way. And now sitting level 7. Raze comes in through from Setsu. Medium length Raze. Some right clicks. The mango's in the backpack, as well as the salve. So pops the clarity. He'll pop the salve. He's also dropping the null talismans to get as much efficiency out of that stack of mangoes. Also buys that on a want. Faith Beyond hits level 8. See what he spends a skill point on. South popped again by the Shadow Fiend. He's got a new Bracer, so a little bit more survivable in this one. Has a salve as well as a mango left. Salve is still there for the Lina. Goes into level 2 of the Light Strike array, giving it a little bit more damage, a little bit more of a stun duration. So, We'll see. Faith Beyond walking forward into a raise and backing off his Setsu. He'll salve. Only a minute 20 seconds remaining. And so far with the way it's set up right now, looks to be Faith Beyond who will take the 1v1. First raise hits. Second raise hits. Avoids the LSA. But he's got that salve. So 50 seconds for this Shadow Fiend if it's going to end at 10 minutes. I know a couple of these haven't. I mean, net worth-wise, Faith Beyond should be fine. Body blocks the creep wave, makes it take even longer to get to Setsu. LSA misses. Faith Beyond takes some damage from that first raise. Second raise comes in, still not going to be enough. Now sitting here level 9 with a level 3 in the LSA. Just 20 seconds to go. Setsu's got to think about making a move here, as he's behind in net worth. Unless they're going to play this out past the 10-minute mark.
Dire structures are fortified.
So there's the 10 minutes. G? Do they want to keep going, or are they going to gentleman's agreement to go for it? I have no idea. No, they won't. I think Faith Beyond is just taking the win. Yeah. Okay. Nobody called GG though, so that's cool. They both disconnect, and that'll be that. So, I believe Faith Beyond gets the win. Pick priority is there for EHOME. We'll be back with that series in just a moment. Stay right there.
That kind of counts. CM has a 50% win rate right now in the high MMR bracket, but low pick rate. Not amazing.
Has the Treant been picked this event before this pick right here?
Probably not. I've been here most of the games. Never seen a tree.
Trying to take a look.
Radiant thinks the Dazzle is a support. They banned the Bristleback. Bristleback is really, really good against their heroes. That actually makes a lot of sense. Ember, Tide, Treant, all these heroes suck against Bristleback.
Dire team pick.
And they end up banning the OD.
Well, surprisingly, there's still Dragonite in the pool.
Treant
Hey,
was
Dragonite
actually picked up twice.
Dragonite should round out EHOME's draft. Well,
10 seconds remaining.
put the Dazzle on support, pick a Dragonite so they could even push even harder.
Seconds remaining.
Gives them a stun. Yeah, pretty light in stuns right now. Alright, still the Grim Stroke. So Grim Ursa. Very, very potent in the lane. When you always see this Grim against the Tide, it's just like a kind of like a counter as a support against the Tide. Not just in the lane. Actually, it's not really the lane. It's more about in the game you can always silence him.
Select your heroes.
So TA Tide, a liquid special. What's the lane matchup here? So are they going to switch the lanes? I guess you put the Dazzle mid here. You put Dazzle mid, Lycan to the off lane. And you have Ursa in a safe lane. That should be the most optimal lanes for EHOME. Do they have what it takes to switch their players around?
So for RNG, it's off lane Tide, safe lane Ember, mid TA, 4 Treant, 5 Coddle. They've got mid Ursa for EHOME. Offlane Dazzle, but yeah, we'll see what the lane matchups end up being, where they're going to end up going.
10 seconds remaining.
4 position Jinkyu Pangolier. And, you know, Jinkyu, I would say similar to Bkop, has been a very good roamer and definitely excels on a hero like Pango. We've seen him on the Tiny in the past that he's really done well with. So we'll see what they can do. Any thoughts on game 1? Who you think's gonna take this game?
Lycan. Silas Lycan is gonna take this game, man. But RNG is they have their most comfortable setup here. Setsu is on the win condition. I always tell you this team functions better when Monet is playing the supporting core. Not that he cannot play the win condition, but Setsu doesn't roam. He doesn't rotate very well. So the only way he can play in this team is being the win condition, and he just keeps farming until he can carry the game. This is the way they should be playing.
Prepare for battle.
So a little bit of tips exchanged from teammates. Well, the matchup's going to be nothing to say. Will be mid. They've got the Grimstroke and the Dazzle showing up bottom. And then towards top is Jinkyu and Lycan. So far, Sylar sitting in base. He'll head towards top. Or will he? I think they're
30 seconds to battle.
moving some of these heroes around. It looks like maybe Faith Beyond's going to head towards top.
I mean, that's still better. Not the best. I think the best is the Ursa and Dazzle against TA. Maybe they are not as flexible as that, so we'll see just the Faith Beyond Dazzle swapping lanes with the Sylar Lycan. This is still decent. As long as the Lycan gets a good start, he should be able to lead a lot of the momentum. He's kind of like the win condition here, even though he's like a Lycan. This game, apart from the Tide, the other heroes are not that great against the Lycan. I mean, the Treant, you have the Overgrowth. That's pretty much it. Living Armor could be useful against the Lycan, but the other heroes, the Kotl, the Ember, the TA, if Lycan gets a good start, Lycan can run them over. So we see why here on the Grimstroke, having Stroke of Fate level 1, just trying to harass Ember in the first couple of waves.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Mid lane TA against Ursa. This matchup should be Ursa favored, but I'm not entirely sure how is it gonna go. I have a feeling TA should be fine in this lane. You need to play around the refresh well.
You think the first rotations coming out towards mid are going to be at that 5-minute mark? Or could we see something happen early?
It doesn't change every game. You want to look to go middle, either to defend your tower or to take the enemy tower. Because that's the lane that the hero has level 6. The other side lanes will be like around level 4, 3 or level 4 during the first catapult wave. You don't really can do much unless the lane went really well.
Ooh, nothing to say. He tried to fight that. Goes into the trees really well, actually. Pops the salve, Innocence comes over, and Stroke of Fate hits on the Setsu.
He is struggling in this lane. He's taking a lot of harass from the TA.
He turned back around for that too. I was surprised that he even went to try and fight Setsu for that moment.
Well, top lane, 8 CS for Tide, 7 CS for Dazzle, relatively even so far. And Tide is A-okay in this lane. Kraken Shell, you can remove the Poison Touch when you have taken the threshold damage. So, I mean, this lane will be okay for the Tide. He should be able to farm decently. And bot lane is going to be a farm fest again, Lycan against Ember Spirit. Like, both heroes are just going to be trying to farm. Maybe there's a kill opportunity by the Ember onto the Grimstroke. That's I think the most they can do in this lane is to kill the supports. I don't see them being able to kill the cores here. And if you talk about rotations early on the position forwards, I don't think the Trian or the Pango really wants to rotate early. It's quite difficult for them to kill mid.
Sorry, I was taking some harassment there. But anyway, I pushed him back towards the enemy tower, but he was okay. The Searing Chains locks on some wolves. Sylar for now. I mean, he's surviving, but Ursa mid again. Nothing to say. Sitting so low, and I mean, this is such a problem for him in this lane as he's 10-3 to the 16-5 of a TA. TA, a hero that can recover, but certainly a hero that can snowball out of control if given the opportunity over mid. Searing Chains roots up Sylar, and he backs towards that tower. So much harassment being felt by these EHOME heroes in multiple lanes. This has been very rough for them in the early goings.
I mean, if Ursa is having such a hard time, why didn't they switch the lanes in the first place? So this is very, very... Oh, TA. Refraction.
Well, Refraction gone, and Stroke of Fate comes in from Innocence to get that kill. A couple of shots from the tower, nothing to say, has to back off as September sitting mid, but they kill off the TA with the rotation from Innocence.
Very, very good rotation there by the Grimstroke. The TA seems like he didn't knew the Grimstroke was missing or something. He was playing so aggressive. He was up on the Ursa's face trying to trade. So paying the price for that. That's gonna put Ursa back into a comfortable spot. He was falling very, very far behind. He's still quite far behind right now. The 1200 net worth against the 1600 of the TA. Bounty Rune's about to spawn.
See if Innocence backs off for his.
I mean, the TA is still higher level than the Ursa. I mean, this is so saddening. You know, Ursa that cannot fight to the lane.
They want to get
Keep up the
super.
light. Yeah, it's blinding
Stroke
light.
of Fate, good blinding light, but nothing to say. Continuing on forward, Inkswell pops, lands on him. Should be a second kill, will be. And nothing to say, recovering in his lane thanks to a couple of kills.
The power of the Grimstroke with gap closing heroes like Ursa and Lycan. His Grimstroke Inkswell is going to be very, very key this game. Like how he uses the spell. I mean, could even go for the Inkswell damage this game. So Catapult Wave is up. Trian is heading towards the mid lane. Not sure if either the TA or Ursa would be able to push the tower. They don't really have the heroes to do that. Kauto is going to TP towards bot. Trian is here as well, looking to set up on the Lycan.
Nature's Grasp, Searing Chains, looking for the Stroke of Fate. As the Inkswell was thrown, Sylar will be able to... Oof, or not. Searing Chains just in time.
Yeah, the
Looked like
Chakra.
that it lined out enough.
The Chakra just in time, in the nick of time, to give them the second chains. So another big pick up here. This time towards the Lycan. So looking at the net worth, the Ember and the Tide are the heroes doing the best in this game right now. Poison Touch. Kraken Shell should be able to remove the Poison Touch in a bit. So no kill threat there. So they have to look to stack up the Ancients for a TA. Maybe the Ember can get like Spirit Vessel this game. Because he's kind of like the supporting core here, so he needs to get items that allow him to fight the best in the early. The Tide is also very, very rich right now, as the Vlad's completed. And for the Dire, the Dazzle has been the one that's been doing the best, and we talk about a lot how Fabian is he's the most important player on this team. Like whether he has a good lane or not is absolutely crucial to their success. Lycan still level 5, Amber's diving on him, Searing Chain, Chakra.
Goes under the tier 1 tower. Remnants forward. Blinding Light. Sylar, those Searing Chains. Poison Touch. Faith Beyond doesn't have Shallow Grave, so they get the kill into Sylar for a second one. Inkswell pops short of the Coddle, but the Stroke of Fate lands. Nothing to say, trying to get at least one in return. There's the Phantom's Embrace. They get the kill into September. Faith Beyond actually gets credit for that one. So far, 1 for 1, turning into a 2 for 1. With the Phantom's Embrace getting the kill onto Super.
Radiant trading 2 supports for carry. Still a pretty decent trade-off here for EHOME overall. They should be able to look to pressure the tower here. There's a Necro Rope on the Dazzle. Lycan is building a Helm of Doms, so he still needs some time to farm and get his level 6. So Dazzle is going to be the point of focus here for the Dire team to play around. So Pangolier is going to use this time to get some levels. So really important for the Ursa to rotate off to give XP to the support and play with the Grimstroke.
Locked up the Dazzle and the Ursa for a moment, but not much more they can do.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So 9 minutes in, Dazzle sitting top of the net worth. The next 3 though are all Radiant heroes. You can see how far behind Ursa is to the TA, despite having a kill and 2 assists.
Dire's top tower
Certainly
is
been a
under
tough
attack.
game for the Ursa overall, and they start to fall behind. Good though with the Royal Jelly out for Sylar, get that extra HP and mana regen. So what's the play after this if you've got the Necro one already on Faith Beyond? What else is he looking for on this Dazzle?
I mean, he's not important. It's the the Lycan that's going to dictate the pace of the game. He's very far behind right now. Like the Dazzle can go Medallion, can go Mac, like whatever he wants, but it's not going to be changing the outcome or the direction of the game. The Lycan needs to be the one to be a part of stuff, but he's only level 6 right now. Just finish his helm, and bounty runes will be spawning. Outpost 1 apiece.
Never refuse gold given.
At least they got an outpost. Sometimes you see teams start to fall pretty far behind, and they also lose their outpost, and that just makes it so much of a struggle for the next few minutes. It's almost dictates the direction of the game for a while.
Yep, they should move with the Lycan right now. It's taking too long. Just the Inkswell on the Lycan or the Centaur that he has is going to be very, very big.
Inkswell. Phantom's Embrace. They look at the Rolling Thunder. They've got the damage so far onto the Treant. They'll get the kill into September. Flywin is here with Monet, and now Jingqiu swashbuckle onto the low ground. They've also got TA farming not near, not too far by. So if they want to go for this, they've got Ravage. Tide, though, off to the side. They've already lost Super. Now they look over, and you see the hesitancy coming in from Sylar, thinking about going in, knowing that the Tide's right there ready with the Ravage. But nothing to say, trying to man-fight Setsu over towards top. And now they'll TP over the Tide, but I don't even know if he'll be needed. Nothing to say, needs to try and run. They got the trap down.
Yeah, and Lycan has to dodge the Tide every time. Whenever he sees the Tide, he has to move to the other side of the map to play. The Ravage on the Tide right now is going to allow his team to secure the tier 1 top, open up.
Just grasp, Soulbind on a 2, but that is
Tower is under attack.
just to leave.
Alright, nice CP away.
Dire's top tower is
So Raiden has this blink first on TA, so he wants to participate in fights earlier with the Tide. Tide's gonna defend bot. There should be a smoke incoming from the other two players, Monet and Super.
Remnant from behind, Searing Chains down on the Sylar with the Illuminate coming in. Sleight of Fist will get the finishing blow on the Sylar.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And that is
Just
now a
playing-
3,000 net worth lead.
He's just playing way too far, and he was alone. His team was trying to defend the top tower. The Dazzle, Grimstroke, they all committed to defend the tower. And he just needed to play back. Just play safer. Wait for his team to arrive. And wait for his
Radiant's
shapeshift
middle
to come off
tower is
cooldown.
under attack.
And playing forward here, I mean, all their vision is, what, just that one ward here, too. Not exactly seeing the most if they're going to come this way. Or even through here. This is a tough game for Dire right now.
They need to move down here. Take a fight here. Just use the ward here. They have to play with the silence from the Tide Hunter, the Phantom's Embrace. That is a very, very key spell. Raiden is moving hero's bot. Ursula is alone here with the Grimstroke. They need more hero's bot.
Yeah, they need more people to show up and try to help out this Ursa. The Rolling Thunder finally comes in. The Soulbind is there as well as the Will-O-Wisp. That pulls in both Innocents as well as Nothing to Say. They've also got the Overgrowth. And now Rolling Thunder, can they get the kill and a fly win? Not just yet. He has continued to hold this Ravage for so long. And now moving forward, they'll get the kill and a Nothing to Say. Still holding this Ravage. I mean, this is a Remnant now. Ravage comes in. They'll only hit that on the Faith Beyond. But a Remnant forward looks over at Innocence to grab themselves a third.
I mean, this Lycan just can't seem to do much against the Tide. I mean, sure, you can go for the Kotl or the Ember or the TA, but the Tide just constantly standing in the middle of the fight, so it made like the Lycan just, he doesn't want to go in. He discourages the Lycan from trying to fight. And if a Lycan cannot fight in the early stage, what does the hero do? If you want to farm and go late game, the hero doesn't feel that great. Like, he's not allowed to do what he wants to do.
Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. Has the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains once again, as well as the Illuminate coming in, but Nothing to Say. Forced to use that in Rage.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Look at how far behind these cores are. Look at where the TA sits in terms of net worth. Only 100 gold out of that Desolator.
Oh, Dire Smoke for Roche is a very, very risky play. Oh, are they going to do it? This is so risky. Radiant scouts it out. Oh my god, nice scan.
Super Will-O-Wisp in 14 seconds. They've got damage coming in. Roche not helping. Jinkyu, who gets into the Rolling Thunder. No, he doesn't. Sleight of Fist is there from Monet. They get the kill on the Jinkyu. They look over at Nothing to Say. This, honestly, if they win this fight cleanly, this could just be the end of the game. They've taken out Innocence. They've got the Overgrowth. They'll get Nothing to Say into a precarious position. He pops the Enrage, but he doesn't have the damage. And going for that Roche, they pay the price. 3 heroes dead once again. I mean,
This game feels a bit over right now for Dire. They have no momentum in the game at all with a Lycan, Ursa. Those heroes need the Aegis, and they're not able to get the first Aegis, which is a huge blow to the Dire lineup. Like if you even talk about defending areas, it's like this pocket here as Dire. Like if the longer the game goes, it doesn't even really benefit them too much. Like Radiant has much better late game
Has fallen.
as a whole.
looking for the TA. Got the disarm. but
Will-O-Wisp.
she's got the Aegis. You need to be careful. Oh! The damage on a Nothing to Say is huge. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Blightstone on the Ember plus the Desolator and Maelstrike on TA just melts all the Ursa's armor.
They've got Ravage again. He could just run in there and use it, but
Structures are fortified.
holds it.
Dire's middle tower
Yep, and
is
Trian
under
has a Meteor Hammer. It's a very, very good item on Trian. Helps him clear waves. And both the lanes right now needs to be shoved out for Radiant before they can proceed, and they are taking over the pocket here. And these two towers. Every move from Radiant so far has been perfect.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The rune of regeneration.
Caught out again, nothing to say. Uses the enrage, but eventually he'll fall. 10,000 net worth behind. That is now the third time nothing to say has dropped. And this league's just expanding so quickly. EHOME have almost no way to cut down on this.
Is under attack. Dire's structures
This is certainly looking like it could be a quick one. Again, I feel like
is under attack.
EHOME are certainly on the cusp of just calling it. And I hate to say that with tier 2 still standing. But
Dire's
like you've been saying as well, with the way their lineup sets up, the fact that these heroes get enabled by getting the Aegis and they lose out on the first one, it makes it so much harder for their lineup to come online. Look at the damage through on a nothing to say. I mean, he's just cleaned up. Gush is level 2. The minus armor here for Royal Never Give Up is atrocious. Sylar will pop that shapeshift, but what will it be for? That's the question. Monet looking over at Sylar, who really is... I don't even know if he wants to go in. Yeah, they're just going to call GG. He knows he can't do anything.
There's just no play. This is like the problem with Lycan being picked up too early. You open him into counter, because there's too many counters towards the hero. Like the 10 pick is not a very good junction to pick a Lycan. The 18 pick, however, will be fine after more of the heroes have come out from the other team. But just the draft sequence, if they... I guess because everyone's banning the Lycan against EHOME in the second phase. So they feel like if they don't get the hero early, they're not getting the hero at all. But the issue is this hero, if picked early, has way too many counters.
Yeah, they had everything there to just make sure that the Lycan couldn't do anything, especially the Ursa too. Got destroyed over mid. Royal Never Give Up. 11-6. The game ends in 18 minutes. Very good job by RNG to take game 1. Puts us probably back on schedule, honestly. And we'll be back with game 2 in just a moment. So stay right there. We'll be right back. Game 2 hopefully coming up to you soon.